So, welcome to our meeting about needs and conflicts. This is also meant as a fundraiser session for the preparation of the IIT in Kenya in April. And this meeting is recorded. So if you don't want your name to be seen, please change your name. And otherwise, we will start. I will start about needs. Needs are the basic and the central point of NVC for me, and not only for me, for many other people too. And that's something special because needs in the definition of NVC is about something we need to fulfill, at least at times. So we can develop, we can grow, and it means it's also an expression of life energy, how we experience our lives. And needs are universal. That means we share the same needs with everyone all over the world, independent of culture, of gender, of status in society, on where we are living. So that's something we share with everyone in our world. And usually at the level of needs, there are no conflicts. There are conflicts on the level of strategies, how we try to meet our needs. There are conflicts also on values, which are different from culture to culture, from society to society. Even within one family, we can have different values, how we want to live our needs. So on these levels, there can be conflicts. And at times, we use the same words for values and for needs. And for me, the difference is the energy with which we are expressing these words. For example, the word respect. I can say, I have a need for respect, and my preferred strategy is that people are greeting me when they are seeing me for the first time in the day. Or I can say, I want your respect and you should greet me. So I guess you already can hear by the intonation that there is a different energy behind it, how I express it. I use the same word, respect, and at the same time, I express something very different. The first example, it was open to many strategies, and I shared my preferred strategy. And if you don't greet me the first time on the day when you meet me, I will not be frustrated or angry. I could think, okay, maybe this person didn't see me today, or they were thinking about something very important, so they didn't really recognize me. And other times they are greeting me, so everything is fine. I don't take it personally. The second example, there is this energy of demand. You should do it this way. And with this, it's very likely that we might have a conflict. When you hear me voicing this word like this, I guess you sense some resistance in your body. How come she is talking to me like this? And from there, we could already start a conflict. Maybe the other person would tell me, don't dare to talk to me like this. Who are you to tell me this? Or maybe they ignore me or whatever. So when I come with this energy, it is likely that we might have a conflict soon. Because there is resistance, and it is difficult if someone receives this energy, this demanding energy. They need a lot of loving energy to open their heart for me, hearing me like this. And that is how conflict can start. That I want something in a very specific way and don't give the other person a choice. I wonder, Kirsten, would you like to add something?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like the way you are presenting it. And I just want to share something a friend said to me some years ago that really made sense to me. So I remember this sentence saying that conflicts are inevitable, violence is not. So that stayed with me as this understanding that conflicts are here to stay, as far as I can see. It's very easy to have a disagreement, and especially around the strategies. We might want different strategies. So to have disagreement is part of human life. And what I have experienced with NVC is that it helps me to deal with the disagreement and to find a solution together, and hopefully not escalate the conflict to a violent level. We have many violent conflicts in our world today. We have war in many places, and we have also violence on a lower level of just people talking hatefully to each other. So this is a reminder to myself that conflicts are inevitable, violence is not. And also I want to share that when I started learning NVC, I had this idea that now I can solve any conflict I'm in. And I want you to know that I have conflicts that I don't know how to solve. So that can also be the situation that we have a disagreement that has escalated to a level of conflict, and I can do my best, but it's actually not in my hands to solve it. I can reach out, I can do my best to listen and to express myself. But if there is something that I don't see or the other person is unwilling, I cannot force a solution. Sometimes I just need to accept that I don't know how to solve it right now, maybe next year or maybe next week. But don't give up hope that it can be solved one day. So that's what I wanted to bring in.
Thank you. And I have two examples I would like to share. One is from practice groups I had years ago, and there were 3 times was a mother, different people, whose sons had told them when they moved out to go to university, I don't want to be in contact with you anymore. Don't call me, don't write to me. I don't want to hear anything from you anymore. And the mothers were shocked because they cared so much about their sons. And then they came to the practice group, and we worked on it with a lot of self-empathy for about a year or so, again and again, when they were thinking of what might their son be doing and how might they be doing. And then they could really accept it is out of my control. And I trust that I gave them the best I could give them during their childhood. I really shared my values, and actually I wanted them to be independent. I wanted them to care for themselves. That's what they are doing now, not really in the way I would like it. And at the same time, they are caring for themselves. So I contributed something. And they could also accept that staying away from the mother was a strategy that worked best for them right now in this situation. And when the mothers really could relax into it and settle with it, all of them received a call or a text message. Hello, I am doing well. One even wrote, I'm considering to come home for Christmas. Well, I will not stay overnight, but for Christmas dinner, I will be there. So another wrote, I will be in contact. I will let you know at times how I'm doing. I don't want you to write, but it's okay. I will let you know what's happening for me. And slowly, step by step, some others could still be at peace with it. Sun started to come back. So there are options, even if I right now don't see any option to connect with this person directly. If I change, at least I do it for my peace of mind. And that's very important that I know I have strategy, a tool with self-empathy or getting empathy for myself, so I can be at peace. I don't need to fight anymore. I don't need to hate anymore. I can take some breath and relax and say, I accept and mourn. Mourning is a very important part of this. That's one thing, more on a personal level. Another experience I had with people, two different ethnic groups in the north of Kenya, where we met first with the elders. They had been at war for 20 years, and nobody really remembered how it started. The youth had been killing each other, even younger children. They had raided cattle, and it was a big mess. Many people had died. And they were fed up. They didn't want this to happen anymore. And then a contact person had talked with them, and we brought them to Nairobi to get them out of the direct field of violence and influence. And then we tried to identify which needs does each ethnic group try to meet by acting like they acted. And they realized it's about safety, protection. It's about sustainability, that they can have their living. It's about having funds to send their children to school. It's about healthcare, to be able to have the funds to bring sick people to a hospital to get treatment. And then they looked at each other and said, why are we doing this? We don't get this strategy of fighting with each other. And I took some breaths and said, obviously, this strategy of killing each other doesn't work to meet these needs. And then we gave some time to sit with each other and to consider what they would like to do to change the situation. And when they went home, they had a plan. One of them wrote a grant proposal, and they received the money. So they came together for one long weekend at the border between the two territories. There was an old well that had fallen into decay because of the fighting. And they came with 50 people from each group, and they restored this old well. They had, for 2-3 days, they had meals together. In the end, they celebrated together that they had water again. And so this can happen when we get to the needs. And my experience is also it can happen when we try to keep out politicians because they have their own agenda. And we met with politicians too, and people told me, be careful with them. They dish out money to both ethnic groups to buy weapons, to get elected when is election time. And we found out that they gave money to this group and to this group. So they benefit from our fighting. And one person told me after some time that someone came to him and asked him to kill someone. And he told him, if you want to kill somebody, do it yourself. I am not killing anybody anymore. So if we can get people to be so courageous and tell someone, no way, I will not kill anyone, I think that would be the biggest step to do. And so I think when we get to the needs, there are chances that things can change. Violence can at least be reduced, and we can live more peacefully with each other. And I wonder if there are questions about this before we do a next step. Okay, Kirsten, do you want to add something?
No,
Hello.
I have nothing to add right now. Thank you.
Yes, Samuel?
Is Samuel from DRC,
Yes.
from Goma town.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined with a little delay, about 10 minutes, but I am happy to be with you through this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Thank you.
I enjoy to be with you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you. Maybe we just can check with everyone else who is here where you are based, where you are living now. Because more people. You are from Goma, I understood, Samuel. Thank you.
From Goma, yeah, in the eastern of Congo, where fightings are going on until now.
Yes.
But we are safe. We are safe. We are safe. Yeah.
I'm glad to know you for now.
Yeah. So I got invitation through media that there would be a meeting like this about nonviolent communication and the needs and the conflicts.
Yes.
I also one of PC builders here. I am from Friend Church or Quakers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
So when I got the invitation, I have been very much interested to join you in this meeting, in this conference.
Yes, thank you. And I would like
whenever it would be necessary that I can share, you let me know.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would like to check, John Paul, where are you based? Where do you live?
Jean Paul?
Yes. Well, he doesn't answer.
I don't know him.
What, Valerie?
He doesn't answer. Mm.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
thank
my
you
name
very
is.
much. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
I thought
Go ahead,
they
John
said
Paul.
John
Go.
Paul. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I am based at Uganda. That's why I am.
Okay, thank you.
Uganda. Kampala.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And Valerie?
Hi. I'm based in Dallas, Texas, in the United States.
Okay, thank you. And Yahya?
Well, good evening to all of you, and happy Christmas days. I am Yahya Imran from Somalia, who is now in Baidawa, who have a basic knowledge on NVC. I had trainings from Duke, specialized on NVC and restorative justice. At the same time, I got NVC training from a lady from UNDP. So I already have, let me say, empathetic listening level 1 from you. And it's a pleasure for me to see you here again. And I really appreciated your energy and your knowledge. One more time, thank you to all of you. So I am Imran from Somalia.
Thank you. Irmingard?
Yes, good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya, and in northern Germany. Currently, I'm in northern Germany. Yeah, well, I've been known NVC for a while, and I'm excited to be here too. I regret that I might have to leave a little, or rather, I don't have to, but I'm leaving a little early today. Yeah, I know I'm missing out on some learning and connection, which I regret. There's another commitment. Otherwise, I'm happy to be here for now.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Hassan?
Yes, I'm right. Good. How are you doing? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we hear you.
Good. Yes. Well, as we are, calling from Sokoto State of Nigeria, northern part of the country. I was attending the Nigeria IIT. I'm happy to meet you again. To share the insight. So once again, Dr. Hassan from Sokoto State of Nigeria. Happy meeting you again. Thank you.
And then we have Samuel Mulumeo Derva. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Where are you?
Yes, we are fine. We are from eastern of DRC.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And we have Elizabeth from the United States.
Yeah, hi there.
Yeah.
So I'm from pretty all over, but right now I'm in the middle of the United States. When I was a kid, I lived in Nairobi for a year, so I'm thinking about doing the ITT in April and coming back to Kenya. So right now I'm working at the library and I'm on lunch, so I'm happy to be here and hear everyone's voices from Africa and around the world.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So as a reminder, this is a meeting with content, and also we hope that maybe you or some people you know would also give some donation for the IIT in Kenya to happen, because many people in Kenya or in the surrounding countries don't have the funds to pay for the tuition and for the accommodation and meals. So that's also one of the reasons for this call. And Kirsten will share the button for where you can donate. Now we have a plan with you that you could go to breakout groups. We now have 8 people.
Yeah, so let's make 2 groups of 4.
Yes, it's better because somebody might drop out or so. So what we would like you to do is to think of a situation when you have or had a conflict. Let me say, if there is no conflict, is 0, and there is a conflict where you say, I would rather kill someone, it's 10. So try to find something between 3 and 5 or 6. And you can share this shortly with each other and try to identify the needs you try to meet by having this conflict, not giving in. You could also say to the other person, okay, I do what you want. Which needs do you try to meet by insisting on doing it your way, or by not giving in, saying, okay, I will make a compromise. So which needs do you try to meet? And try to find 2 to maximum 3 needs. And we give you 20 minutes for this. So each of you has 5 minutes. Support each other to identify the needs.
Yeah, so ready to go? Or are there questions? Then I will let Zoom do the magic of putting you in groups together. See you in 20 minutes.
So welcome back, everyone. I invite 3 people to share what you found out about the needs you tried to meet in this conflict. 2 would like to share. You can just start to speak, because I guess most of you are on the phone and it might be difficult to raise your hand there. Yes, Valerie?
I can share. Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting that of the conversations or the situations that all of us shared, that the common thread seemed that all of us are trying to bring people closer together, right? The need for empathy, or the need for understanding, the need for peace and unity was very evident.
Okay, thank you. Someone else?
Hello.
Yes.
We was in same group with Valerie. Yes, she shared. Yeah, we were thinking about how important of reconciliation. Importance of reconciliation, because if people reconcile, they make them to be stronger.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, thank you one more time, the lecturer. I'm Yahya Imran, and I was with Mr. John. We were in the same group, and when it comes to the needs, we emphasized and we talked about when there is a conflict, we have to wear the other person's shoes. For instance, you have a need, and the other person also having a need. So you are wearing someone's shoes might also reduce the level of conflict. Thank you one more time.
And when you did this, did you try to also guess the needs of the other person in the conflict?
Yeah, for sure. Though we spent more time, yeah, we also emphasized the other person's needs,
And
which may also help you to feel relief.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And which needs did you identify for the other person?
We have understood, like, when it comes in a conflict, the 2 persons are now having anyway needs. So for you, you're struggling to meet your needs, right? At the same time, the other person is also having a need. So what can reduce the problem is, by the way, understanding that the other person also having a need. But sometimes when we are in a conflict, we can't even have that in our mind.
Yes, thank you. Maybe one last person. And I see from
Hello,
Dr. Elvis,
can I speak?
yes.
But I think always in a conflict, the main problem is how to identify the needs of your component. That is a problem. And also, the second problem is how to be able to express your own needs in a conflict. Mm-hmm. How can we be able to identify or to recognize the needs of our components, and how we can, what is the strategy or method we can use to really express our needs?
Okay, thank you. What is important for me is first to identify my own needs. And I heard from you that you identified in one group, at least, the need for empathy, for togetherness, or third one was also something I understood. It was mainly about creating more connection. And I guess that the same is true for your opponent, for the other person, that they also have a need for empathy, that they also have a need for togetherness, for connection. Yeah. So I also understood from Yahya that when I maybe even don't know the needs of the other person, when I only imagine, this person also tries to meet needs as much as I try, then I can already relax somewhat. So maybe it's not even necessary to know the names of the needs of the other person. It might be just enough to know they are trying to meet needs too. And then there is some more space for me and for the other person.
Yes. Thank you very much for the explanation.
Thank you. And Dr. Elvis wrote, I was in the room too. I'm working where patients are mistreated. My needs are to see patients well received with compassion by medical doctors and have access to equitable health care. The mistreating of patients release conflict and have impact on their mental health. So what I understand from you is, I guess you have a need for integrity in this situation, that patients are treated with compassion, and also a need for contribution, that there is less conflict between doctors and patients. Is that true? Definitely, thank you. And maybe it's also important to consider the needs of the doctors, medical doctors, and maybe the nurses. What could be their needs that they mistreat? I don't know what they are actually doing, that they mistreat the patients. Could it be acknowledgement? Could it be also empathy? They might be overworking, I don't know. So it would be important to also look into their, okay, they need to learn principle of NVC. That means probably empathy. And I'm not so sure if they know that they need to learn it. And maybe they need empathy and don't know how to get it. Yes, thank you. Okay, I think we can close this part here. Last call for questions. And maybe Kirsten, you also have something to add.
No, I have nothing to add. I'm ready to move to the question and answers about the IIT. So this is the time where you can ask all the questions you have that you would like to know before you decide to come to this IIT, or maybe you have already decided to come. So questions about the learning, the training content, or maybe questions about the practical side and the venue where we will be. So we would like to have the questions about the content of the training first, and then the practical things last, if possible. And you can also type your questions into the chat. So what would you like to know?
Yes, Valerie?
Yeah, I'm curious about how much experience or how much knowledge should we have as a prerequisite for the IIT?
Yeah.
Well, it's helpful if you have some, and we usually offer also a beginner's track. So it's possible for both. And Kirsten, you just had started to say something.
Yeah, same thing, that there are no prerequisites. You can come as a beginner, but as Irmtra said, I would guess you get more out of it if you have some training. So you can harvest much more learning if you have some basic things in place. And I guess you have
So there's
that.
not a prerequisite. I'm sorry, there's not a prerequisite class to coming. That's okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Obora Hashim, we hear you.
Oh, thank you so much, Tim. Actually, for today, it's my first time to be in this platform, and I'm so much grateful. And even my colleague Odiama, I see him down, is with us in this platform as well. Me, I have a request I would like to know, because we're beginners, and we're really so much interested as well to go for this international intensive training in Kenya. But I would love to know what are the things which require us to partake the training, because we are so much interested in taking the training. I would love, maybe you can take us through, guide. Thank you.
Well, one part is the financial side. You would need to pay for your transport. And I don't know if from DRC you now need still visa or not. And you would also need to pay for accommodation and meals, which is $350. And tuition is $15 if you pay before 8th of January, and after that it's $20. And if you don't have this money, you could apply for financial assistance. And financial assistance mainly is given for tuition, and it's very rare that we can support accommodation and meals, and transport usually is not possible.
Okay.
So I just put a link in the chat to the description of this training, where you can scroll down and see also the prices for tuition and room and board and read about it. Yeah, thank you. No visa for people from DR Congo. Okay, good.
And
Oh yeah. No, I think no visa actually.
okay,
Currently no visa to Kenya. I think no
okay.
visa.
Yes, because last time.
Because
Don't
of
you
the
think
because
it is
of the
true?
system of
It is true.
Eastern community.
Yes.
I
Okay.
already visit there, no visa. For Congolese to visit Kenya, no visa.
Yeah.
To visit Kenya,
No
Uganda,
visa.
no visa. Yeah, no visa.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to ask my friend Samuel to let me know his contact. As he lives in Goma,
Hello.
as I do, I would like to have his telephone number or email so that we may continue to be in contact as a PCB leaders.
Let me send you our email here. I
Yes,
can
and
write the email here in chat.
In
And-
chat?
Yeah, we found it.
yes, and I wonder, are you aware or maybe even members of the African NVC network?
No. Hello.
Yes.
Not yet.
Then I can send you the email address of Joshua Padova, and he can send it to the organizing team, and they are meeting every 6 weeks on Saturdays. And then there are also options for attending a training of 2 hours every once in a while by trainers. So this could be also something you can start with to connect with others.
Yeah.
Okay. That is okay. We like that. That is my email. Our email is there.
Okay, thank you.
So in addition to Irmta, what you said, you can write to Joshua, you can also write to Anne. And
Dietrich,
yes, and
Dietrich, yes. She's now in Bujumbura.
Yes. She's also part of this organizing team of the African network.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, Obor, no, she.
Now the other request, like I think I didn't like, cause you had come in to address what I was saying, cause usually we followed all what was necessary. Because me and the colleague, for now, we may not be in position to gather the finance which will be needed to facilitate the training. But we actually, me personally, I even registered in the platform on email, but we're still waiting for the reply because I didn't have cash for me to help me to go and attend the training. I applied, but we're still waiting for the communication. I don't know whether it can be addressed as soon as possible because I'm seeing the dates is on the corner.
Yes.
But up to now, we have not seen any communication. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Uganda, Kampala.
Okay. So could you pay for your transport?
Transport, yeah. I can look here and there to try to look for transport. But of course, now the rest, I don't think I will be in position to get.
It would be helpful if you could write to the organizers what you can pay for example, that you can pay for the transport, then it's clearer. I think they will look into the financial assistance in the beginning of January. And then there will be a first decision who will come in the first wave, and later when we have more people who pay for the IIT, we will have more money available. So there is still a chance to get a yes later. We don't have much money yet. We will need to see.
Okay. Thank you, Charles. I will definitely be gladly waiting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, dear.
Okay.
Hello, can I go forward?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. And I also thank all of you for the patience and the time you are giving to us, and also the knowledge, the experience. By the way, I'm Yahya Imran, who is from Somalia. I have basic knowledge on nonviolent communication, and I already submitted my financial assistance, and I sent some emails to the organizers. I also reached to Joshua, and he gave me like that they don't have let me say available money. So they told me that I'm supposed to make some payments, and I also reached your friend Virginia, which is an officer UNDP. So she also told me that there's no any money available to them. So my question is it possible for me as a fresh new learner on NVC, who is also working as a former judge here in Baidoa, to have this opportunity to attend this program and also elaborate and connect maybe very, very intelligent personnel who are having skilled in this program? Is it possible for me as a Somali young
Yes.
person? Though I'm also the only person who submitted this program, as Joshua told me.
Yes.
Thank you.
It depends also on what you can pay. If you can pay for your flight, if you can pay for at least part also of accommodation and meals, also it would be helpful to know the details, and then it's easier to make a decision.
Okay, let me follow to your answer, and I already appreciated your kindness. For me, as I have relatives in Nairobi, I can also pay my rent. Let me also add, I can pay my travel.
Okay.
So maybe what I need is now a visa and also coming back from Nairobi. So I can make payment for the first flight. Yeah.
I suggest you write this to Joshua and also to me, and then I will follow up.
Do you have yeah, the
Just
email. Good.
send my email.
Yeah.
Also for others, if you need a follow up, then we will try our best.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
First of all, I would love to congratulate and thank this team for this, because I got to know this through a friend. Gave me some books to read about this NVC, and for now it's like 2 months now, and I must accept or must say I've seen a very big change in me in personal towards socializing with people, both family, workplace. I've definitely seen a great change within the small lesson she has made me go through a bit. I must thank this team for this. It has really done great work. Let us say it's only 2 months. What about, for example, if I take a year? A lot of lives will be changed, I believe. I pray God continue guiding us in this, because definitely in 2 months, and I've seen a lot of mindset change in me. Even sometimes my family calls me and asks me, what happened? The way I'm addressing issues, the way I'm handling issues is really something amazing. Because of the two calls, like she made me read a little bit about that. Actually we had a 1 day stand of an interaction, how to little bit deal with people. It was really a best interesting kind of thing to me. So that's why I say I want to be part of this team. I'm so much grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, are there more
Team,
questions? Yes.
yeah, I want to thank the team once again. Well, as I told you, I'm John Paul from Uganda, and I really appreciate you for this initiative. I got to know this initiative also equally through a friend, and of course, I got interested when I went through certain readings regarding the program. I got to see that this would be very important to me, both in my family, community, and other places in the world. So I got interested so much. So after going through my life with my work, what I do, I have a little job that I'm doing a little bit in Uganda here, which is a little bit distance for me and takes a lot of time of mine. So I equally, since this is very important for me, I felt like I should go and attend this IIT in Kenya so that I may be in position to handle situation in a different way, basing the principles of NVC. So, but I got a challenge. I was a little bit constrained. I am financially constrained. I am not in position to get money, but then I feel like this is very important for me and the people that I'm going to educate a little bit, seeing me. I really don't know how the organizers are going to help me in this regard because it is very important. Very, very important. I go and Google each and every time reading about it and getting to know how to handle certain situation, how to go on people's side, everything. But then the challenging part is I feel like going Kenya and getting details and getting to know principles of this, but then I am challenged a little bit financially. I am constrained. I don't know how I'm going to be helped in this regard. I really don't know sincerely. It's my plea that I be assisted in this matter so that I may be funded for my education. I really need to get to know this in details. Please, it's my kind request. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. My suggestion is that all of you who did not yet register, please do so. And write also that you are applying for financial assistance, and then we see what is possible. And certainly the less money you need to receive as donation, the easier it is. And please let us know, especially how much, if you can pay for your travel, if you can contribute at least something to accommodation and meals. So the more details we have, the easier it is to make a decision.
Well, thank you. So I kindly requested that you guide us on how to do this. What platform, which email exactly should we write so that we can be guided well in that regard?
Now, Kirsten can share again the link where you can apply for register for the IIT. And then you go to the page where you would pay and write that you apply for financial assistance. And there you write exactly how much or what you can pay for. If you can pay for travel, if you can pay for accommodation and meals, or how much you can pay. So that's the best for us to know, that we don't need to write again to you and check.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Again, the other issue, I think I had a petition that laid on the table about a request for a guide. Cause as we talk right now, I started something very small in my village, because at the moment I stay in Kampala, but my village is in Bukedia. I decided some small kind of a group where I train girl child on how to use the pads, how to usually express themselves in hard situations. For example, maybe staying with their, that adolescent stage. Sometimes you need to express yourself, but sometimes people, because they might think maybe you're grown up, when you try to bring your inner feeling, something you're not comfortable with, they tend to say maybe this kind of a person, the guy, like she's changing or what. But is what I'm trying
Excuse me, Obora.
Okay.
I hear that you have something that you really would like to share with all of us. And I noticed that I would like to stay with the questions about the IIT. And maybe there are other people here also who would like to ask questions. So would you be willing to make it short so that we can open the space for other people also to ask their questions?
Thank you. Now, in maybe cutting it, maybe putting all together in bracket, I was still insisting, like maybe someone should hear my cry, or because I emailed one of our organizers here. I needed someone to lead me, to guide me in case when I'm pertaining this activity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So who else have questions? We like to have space to hear everybody. So anyone else who's sitting with questions that we haven't heard yet?
Hello.
Yes.
Valerie? Yeah, Valerie? Or Yahain?
Yeah. Oh. I wonder if you could just give us a sense of what happens in the 9 days with the group, what in experiences that you've had in the past, especially if you've had them in Kenya before. Can you give us kind of a picture of what that might look like?
Yeah, I can start and see if Imtra, if you want to add something. So there are 9 days, and there are also 9 main topics for each day about self-empathy, empathy with others, expressing myself honestly, and focus on healing and reconciliation, focus on conflict resolution, and also a day with focus on families, how we raise children, also in the educational system. So if you are a teacher or working with children or adults in the education, and focus on gratitude. And let me see what else. Did I forget a topic?
Social change and restorative justice, mediation, restorative circles, something like this.
Yes. And these topics will be offered, and each day there will be probably 3, maybe 4 sessions offered in the same time, so you can choose which topic you are most drawn to or which trainer you want to learn from, so that we can have smaller groups, because we expect to have a bigger group, around 70 people. So we make these breakout rooms with smaller groups so you can work more deeply with the topic and also engage with each other, get to know each other. And there will also be time for every day. There is a time allocated to what we call a home group, which is the same group you meet with every day. So you have a place where you can start feeling a little bit at home while you are in this bigger group. And yeah, things being
we
off
have
from morning till evening.
And we have community meetings in the morning and in the evening to start together and to finish together. And in the evenings, there are also options where participants can share something, offer a session. For example, certification candidates can give a session and receive feedback and other things. So you can be active for the whole day. And we also offer sessions on request if there are people who would like to know something very specific. They can ask for it. Let me say, they want to have a session about how to deal with domestic violence. Then we'll have an extra board where people can ask request sessions, and then we decide how can we deal with it. So it's not only that we make the schedule, we are also in some way included.
Did this answer your question, Valerie?
Yes, thank you.
Good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. I have a suggestion, if it is possible.
Yes,
Hello.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, as I was contacting to Joshua, who is among the officers of Central Nonviolent Communication, he told me that he can give me a sponsorship letter that I can request sponsorship. So as you are, by the way, very experienced in this field, may you let us know and also give us a hand to sponsorship. Is it possible for you to give us a sponsorship, by the way, though we can handle something like we can handle maybe little bit, we can add to the table maybe something. So as you using your experience, may you give us sponsorship? My question goes to Madam Irmatu. If I pronounce your name, I'm sorry.
I'm proud.
Yeah.
We can say about sponsorship only later. We try our best to bring as many people as possible. And yes, we try our best. I cannot say anything right now.
So did I understand correctly that you also ask for a letter that you can take to other sponsors? Was that what you also wanted?
Yeah, my answer, yeah. My question was that Joshua make me a suggestion, which is like to give me a letter which can help me to contact to international organizations like UNDP. Now here we have UTMIS, UNDP, USAID. We have different institutions that help Somalis. So he gave me that direction. He also pointed me out to a lady, which is a judicial officer here in Somalia. She's called to Virginia, and the lecturer, she also knows very well. Yeah. So I contacted her, and she told me that there is no available funding, and they don't have a work plan for that.
Well, I guess there is no funding, and I'm not sure. Maybe there might be an option that you could get a flight on a UN flight, which might be cheaper than a commercial flight, or I don't know. And she is now on holiday until mid of January. So before that, we cannot do anything anyway. And you can reach out to other organizations, so we can write a letter.
Hello?
So this will be an option.
Hello.
Yes, Obora.
Maybe in addition, what Imran has just said about UNDP, because usually UNDP, they don't usually just fund anyhow. Actually they usually don't even fund in individual basis, and they like, for example, if they're coming to Uganda, they fund according to you must be in line with their mission and their vision and their objectives. So for them to fund you, there must be something you're implementing within their objectives, within their mission and the vision. For the moment, UNDP, because of so many different issues, were declined in Uganda, but they're just starting again. They're on the program of cooperation framework in Uganda it's going to run for 5 years. So me, I believe contacting them on individual basis, I don't think they can do that. Maybe you people, like, you can guide us more on that if they're in position to fund on individual basis, because I've always seen they fund maybe Parliament, maybe some other NGOs, but it's very rare on individual basis. That's the idea I have on UNDP in terms regard of funding. Thank you.
Thank you. And with Somalia, it's a bit different because judges and police and some other people working in the juridical part system, they are part of alternative justice program, and so there might be an opportunity. And that is why he is asking. And usually they don't fund individual people. And for Dr. Elvis, yes, Kirsten already answered. We know that some people at times stayed outside, and it's stressful because you need to travel every day. It depends where it is. And the evening program is not in that way mandatory. So it's possible not to be there after we close in the community meeting, and you might miss something. So, and if this is the only way you could participate, I would still encourage you to do so.
Yes, so our time is up.
Yes. So we say goodbye, and hopefully at least some of you at the IIT.
Yes. Let's plan for us to meet in Nairobi in April. That would be wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. See you there.
If God help us.
Hello.
We'll continue to share. We'll continue to be in contact.
Yes.
Hello, team.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't stop thanking everyone who is contributing, who is in this platform. I must not even start thinking of stopping, because it's really a milestone in most of lives for the moment. I must say thank you for this evening. It is a great milestone for some of us. Thank you so much. Have a great good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good
See you
start
later.
here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.